audience, friends, fellas, whoever's tuning in today. Children. Hey. Whose kids listen to podcasts with them? Probably a lot in the car.
Yeah, if they're in the car, yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah, luckily, this is a great podcast that you don't have to go, ooh, do I need to pre-listen to this or like whatever? Yeah, it's a safe zone, even if kids are in the room. Is it? I don't know, actually. Some days may not, but it's safe zone today. We'll see.
You think it's safe today?
Yeah. I want to tell y'all exactly what day this is. You're listening on a different day, but today is actually, y'all know we record Monday mornings at 9:00 East Coast, and it is Cyber Monday, which is super cool. And, yeah, we've just had a lot. I've had a lot of emails come through my phone the last several weeks, days of like promotion. And, it's wild because today I'm like, do I want to act on some of the things that I've actually been holding in my cart or whatever? Today I really need to I need to purchase stuff. Otherwise,
that sounds good.
It goes back to regular price, which is so annoying.
Welcome to our podcast. Hey guys, my name is Olivia Hayward.
What's up? It's your girl, Courage Molina.
Oh, it's Amber Likens, and this is my CEO Squad.
Before you leave our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you never miss an upload. In the comments, let us know where you're tuning in from, and we cannot wait to get to know you more. Let's go ahead and start this conversation. So...
What do you guys think? Speaking of that, like I was thinking about that yesterday too, like when it comes to like your sale, right? We were talking about that. There's such an inundation of sales and people's emails. So I wonder, like, thinking about you looking at your emails, like which one stood out most to you? Like you're like, oh, I want to jump on that. Or because I know whenever yesterday, I didn't really look at a lot of sales. We didn't really buy anything for Black Friday. My husband bought like a printer and a tea kettle, like because our tea kettle stopped boiling water. So Amber, we got one, like the one I got you.
Yeah, I wondered. I saw the tea kettles in the store the other day, and my heart dropped. And I was like, "They're so pretty." I was like, "I don't need it because I already have one. Don't need it." Yeah.
Yeah. So, ours just stopped working. It's literally the button goes on and it does not boil water, and that is not good. We need our water boiler because who puts water on the stove? Like that's so.
Wow, I do.
So old school.
I do. First of all,
no. I do not boil water on the stove. I have a water boiler, and that's what I use for my tea and things. And it's just broke. So, yeah. So we really didn't participate much in Black Friday, all the sales like that. But I just was thinking, like, which ones stood out to me most? Like, which ones that I was like, oh, So.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, go for it, Courage.
I'm looking at Amazon right now. That's why I'm not looking at the camera because I'm like, actually, let me look and see what's on this Cyber Monday. I got some things I need to get for the kitchen. I think for me, I opened up emails for like people I was anticipating, like companies that I think about or that I always purchase from. I want to see what they have going on. Those are the ones that I opened. I mean, if it wasn't the type of thing I planned on purchasing, I didn't even open it. I didn't even open the email. It was just like I was looking for certain people or certain companies. Like that's like what they doing. I want to see what this particular company is doing because I know they always have great stuff, or this is just the kind of stuff I'm looking to buy. I don't feel like I was persuaded to buy anything. I could have been. I feel like if I had been on Instagram, because Instagram does a ton of like ads now or whatever. And that used to be a thing like, oh, I'm just going to get this, this course real quick. Like I need a course in this, or I need a course in that, or this is something I kind of want to beef up. But I actually didn't even do that this weekend. But that's who I opened up. I opened up the people I was looking for or something. And I checked Amazon every single day. Thanksgiving. I checked it on Thanksgiving. I checked it on Friday. I checked it on Saturday. Checked it on Sunday. And I'm going to check it today.
Yeah. I ordered some oil, vitamin E oils that I put in my scrub that I use on my body that I make now, which is so this whole other level. But anyways, Thursday, early morning, like early, 8 o'clock maybe or something, 9 maybe even. But we ate lunch at 11. We were at the table, and by 11:15, Amazon was at my door with my oils.
Wait, you ordered it that morning?
Yeah, I just ordered it because I was like, I need this. It's not because there was a promotion.
What time?
I just
Give me a time.
like
7?
8 or 9 o'clock. Because it was before I got in the shower. Like I took my shower after I kind of got the house together, and I just was like, let me do my thing. Let me just order my things because I know I'm almost out or whatever. And Alan, we sat at the table and Amazon came. He was like, how dare you order something on Thanksgiving? You made her get out of her house to come. I was like, shut up. She is out delivering anyways, right?
Exactly.
But it's wild how fast that was.
First of all, let's talk about that.
My headphones, I ordered my headphones Sunday morning at 9 a.m. and they were here by 3 o'clock.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm having serious FOMO from y'all because right there is killing me. I don't even order nearly as half the stuff I used to order on Amazon because it takes way too long to get to my house these days. It's like I live out in the boondocks. I mean, I need this stuff has to get their life together because this ain't cool at all.
Yeah, we have so many places.
I mean, I order stuff on Amazon. What's today? Let me tell y'all. Let me give y'all real time what it'll be like if I was gonna order something on Amazon so y'all can see how.
It's funny because it used to take 2 to 3 days to get something and it was not a problem. But when they start spoiling regular people and you're like, same day delivery, of course, next morning, 6 a.m. I've had Amazon or even 5 o'clock.
4 a.m. sometimes. Yes. Yeah. Delivering a rug for my room. Yes.
That's kind of like a Santa. It's wild, right? You're asleep. You have a package at your door. You wake up and you're like, oh, surprise.
Oh, you're so excited. Yeah, I'm here for it.
How many people order? And I've had Amazon ask me this, like when they pull in the driveway and I like meet them at the truck or whatever. And it doesn't always happen. But sometimes they don't let you take it from them right there because they need to take a picture and stuff, which is fine. But she says, this order came through. So I got it off this other guy's truck and I knew I was coming this direction. So I went ahead and was going to bring it to you. I was like, oh, okay, great. And she was like, well, let me check the truck to make sure there's nothing else. She's like, do you remember what you ordered? And I was like, no, don't remember. It's like a surprise every time y'all show up.
Facts. Big facts.
So I was like, because she was like trying to see how many items did you actually order? What are you expecting? I was like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
So
okay, let me give y'all true life.
Okay.
I've clicked on a couple items. The earliest I can get something is Thursday and Monday.
Monday, a whole week?
Monday, huh?
A whole week away?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I could not live like that.
Sad. Why did you move there?
Exactly. I don't know.
You should have checked this before you moved.
Listen, I know how you don't know until you experience something.
Well, you know what? It's so funny. I should have got the clue over the summer. Because I was here over the summer, and I remember my friend Kia, she was going to this event, and she wanted to get like some pool floats, and so she was like, she should have been ordered them, but she didn't. So, they were leaving. So this was probably like a Monday. We were talking about it, and they were leaving on the Thursday or the Friday or something like that, right? I think it was the Thursday. So we were talking about it on a Monday. She's leaving probably on the Thursday. She was like, oh, I should have ordered this thing, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, just order it from Amazon. I'm like, no big deal. It'll be here in 2 days. It'll be here before you leave. And she was like, she got on Amazon and she was like, oh, no, nothing is getting delivered until like Friday or Thursday. I was like, huh? I thought, I should have took a clue. I thought it was just the item.
Yes.
Because I was so
sometimes it's like that.
I was so shook. I was like, how is it not getting to Amazon in 2 days to your house? Like, how is that not happening? Or 3 days max. It should have been here, right? And she was like, no. So that should have been ding, 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 ding. Their shipping sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've added that to my list of things that, like, you go through something or whatever, and you're like, oh, I never would have thought to add that to my list. I was driving my daughter's car one time. Can I tell you what it's a Chevy Cruze. It doesn't have cruise control. I didn't even know I didn't even know that was like a thing. It's 2000 and whatever. Like, it's not like a super old car. It's relatively new, like maybe 2016, 18, something like that. Like, how does it not have cruise control? So now I'm like, ooh, I'm going to always check. That's how I felt the minute you told me about that when I ordered these headphones and you were like, oh, it could take days. I'm like, you know what? I'm talking about all these places I want to go to, but I really need to be like, how long, what is the average amount of time for you to get your Amazon packages? Because I just, that's not a dream home. It's not a dream home if I can't get Amazon delivered. Like, I can't get Amazon. It's a nightmare.
I know. If I can go to the store faster than I can get Amazon, I think it's not a good place to live. Because I feel like in Charlotte, literally, I used to get, like, literally, we had an actual problem because my husband would get everything from Amazon, which gave us tons of boxes. And so we literally had to burn boxes.
I remember that.
Because we had so many Amazon packages, and Amazon, they'll send one thing in a box. But we could get stuff from Amazon faster than we could get to the store in just a regular week. So, like, if I was sitting at home, he was working, whatever, I'm sure he's like, I'm not waking at 5 o'clock to go to the store. Let me just order from Amazon. So we order everything from Amazon, like literally everything.
I told Mike that, yes. Me and Mike were literally talking about y'all yesterday. I was like, it's so sad how they live now.
It's very sad. Very sad. I will have to admit, that's like the one thing that I'm like, oh, that was bad.
It's definitely, you just don't know. It's an adjustment until you move there. I think a lot of companies did a lot of things for Black Fridays, sales and things like that. This is always like the time where you hear about the sale and you know that this is what's happening. People are out shopping. I saw a lot of things on social media this weekend about Black Friday sales not being real sales, which I kind of agree with in some aspect. Like, that used to be like 50% off was a minimum. Now you see companies saying like 20% or 30%. Like, girl, I can get 20% or 30% at a regular time. I'm not about to get 20% off. Like, I need 50% off. If I'm going to do impulse shopping, if I'm going to buy it, I'm going to buy it. But if you want to grab that on the fence or get into that frenzy of the Black Friday, Thanksgiving, Small Business Saturday type of thing, a lot of people were talking about how there were no 50% off, or there weren't a lot of 50% off sales in the stores and with retailers and things like that. So I do want to ask y'all, like, how was as business owners, how was your Black Friday sales? If you did any, how did they go? What are some lessons? We always want to leave people with lessons that they can take and use in their life or use in their business. So let's get into that a little bit.
Well, so I just want to hit on this hard because mine, obviously, I don't know if it's different. Okay, so let me say this. I don't sell this like product. I'm going to mail it to you, right? It's a digital. So that's my Black Friday. It was a digital thing. And honestly, as a consumer, I don't know if people get stuck on, well, that's on sale. I would buy it at full price anyways, right? So I kind of have a hard time with like figuring that out, like as the owner of the business and running.
What do you mean by that?
Because what I offer, my people buy all the time, regular price, right? They would buy it even if it was full price or on sale. So I believe, and that's what I'm thinking, is that there were other things that were top priority for them to get a discount on. They can get this in a couple weeks if they want it. They can get my digital product because it will be on my site, right? So I don't know if that's the thing, that's why none of my people are going like, oh my gosh, I have to have this right now. Because honestly, this is my attitude about it. I'm not going to discount it to nothing. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to discount it so low that it hurts me in the back end where I'm like, why am I like giving it away? Because I also think that damages your business, is that you discount it so low that they're like, you know what I mean? Like, wow, well, I'm only going to buy when she discounts it because I know she will. once a year, twice a year, or whatever. But I don't like doing that. I don't like discounting things too low because I also have a lot of bills to pay for business. I'm like, I still have to run a company and pay overhead. That doesn't go away. So if I discount it too much, I'm kind of in the negative, So I don't want to do that. And the time and effort, I think people in general, not just my people on my email list or my audience necessarily, but I think when you don't sell a physical product and it is digital, sometimes I think that it can get like, this weird feeling of like, well, it doesn't really cost her anything though, right? Because nobody really respects the time that it takes to do something. A lot of times it's like, well, I mean, it's just a download, right? It's just a paper with information. It's just a video or whatever that looks like. It's just a program. It's just a course. But the time that went into it is what they don't really see. And so I think that also is another layer of when you sell a physical product versus a digital product, and I can get it at any time when I need it. Right now, it's not super urgent, right? It's like that. So I just have mixed feelings about this weekend because in the past, any type of Black Friday, I've always had a physical product to sell. And now I don't, which is just the space that I'm in, and it's okay. But I've kind of, I don't know, it's different.
I got a lot of thoughts, Olivia, but you look like you were going to say something.
No, you can go ahead with your thoughts.
So there are a lot of things that I kind of agree with, but some things that I feel like as a consumer, if I'm thinking from the consumer standpoint, I don't care how long it took you. I don't care.
I know.
I don't care if it's a physical product. That is not important to pricing to me as a consumer. Do you know what I care about? I care about, does it work? Is it something I want or need? Is it going to give me the results that I want? So it can take you 2 minutes to do it, and you can still charge me $150. I'm not like, oh, well, you charge too much because it took 2 minutes. No, it's exactly what I need. It is, this thing that's going to be a solution for me. I don't care about that. And I think like when we think about our ideal clients, those are the people that we have to constantly be thinking about. We cannot, and I think it's hard for us to do, because we're human, but we can't be thinking about the people who are not ideal clients, why they're not buying, because your ideal client has a problem. They know, trust, and like you are the solution. They are not the ones that's like, well, can I see your time log? How much time did you put into doing that? Because now I'm willing to pay more. That's not your ideal client. My ideal client is not concerned about my time. Yeah. I think definitely we can give people the impression that they could wait for a sale. But at the same time, if it's something I need, I can't wait for the sale, right? Like I can't wait for the sale if it's something that I need. The Bath and Body Works, candles. I love those candles. I buy more candles when they have their one time a year candle sale than any other time of year. But during the year, if I run out, and I do, because it's like I'm a crazy person, I'm lighting candles everywhere like I'm about to do a dang seance once I have them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, let's put a candle out. Ooh, let's put a candle. Because now I got 3 wick candles all over the place, right? So I still burn through them. When I burn through them, I buy the candles that I need. And if I have to pay full price, I pay full price because I need the candles, and I'm not going to go another 3 months, 5 months, 6 months without candles at all. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just not going to do it. And so
that's how I feel about it though, right? Like my digital product will still be there. It won't be bundled. It won't be the price that it is for the 5 days that I run it, but it will still be an opportunity. And honestly, that's how I shop as a consumer of product. If it's discounted or full price, if I want it though, I am still going to purchase it. I'm not going to suffer through and go, I don't need it. I'm going to wait until they offer a better deal. I really can't shop like that. I feel like that just gives me too much anxiety. I'm like, no, I've got to have it.
I think there is it may not be your ideal client, but I think there is certainly, even maybe some of our listeners where the cost of something is truly the deciding factor. It's not whether or not I need it. It's not like I know we hear these things all the time, which as a person who grew up impoverished, it is like, it really pisses me off to hear it. If I'm quite honest, I know we hear this all the time. Like, well, people get the money for what they need. well, they figure it out. Well, one, that's not always true. Two, sometimes maybe it's something that I need that's like life or death or whatever, and I might have family that is willing to help me out in that situation, but I'm trying to grow here. It's not the same thing, right? So I think that, but I think there are people who just might need the deal. There was certainly a time in my life where I needed to get those candles at $12.50 or whatever they are on sale, because I didn't have, listen, right now, I'm so thankful for the life I get to live. I'm so thankful that I'm blessed. But right now, I'm maxing out. If Bath and Body Works, I can get 15, I'm getting 15. I don't care. I'm getting all 15. Let's go, right? But there was a time where I'm like, ain't nobody got $150, $200 to spend on candles, even if it's going to save me money over time. So I needed to get them on sale, right? So I think there is a bit of a cusp there.
Yeah.
What
do you think about that?
More speaking to me, y'all are like, I think for me it depends on what it is, if I'm gonna wait for the sale or not. Obviously there are definitely things, one of the things that I love to do, and I think people don't think about it, but during like Black Friday, the holidays, a lot of the companies that you use, or I don't know if everybody uses them, but a lot of the companies that I use, because I do design and things like this, so I have a lot of subscriptions to like Adobe and, you know, some creative sites and stuff where I get all of my elements from, all of my stock photos and things of that nature. So during the holiday times, they love to like do like half price on their yearly membership, because mostly, you know, you can pay monthly or yearly. So I love to look for those. So I did earlier in the week, did have the opportunity to get like a year membership to a site that I use for half the price. So that's some of the things that I really love to look for during the holiday time, is like those types of sales, because it will save you money over the year. And it's something that if you need to run your business, it's going to be, you know, a great deal and a great saver. So those are some of the things that I love to look for as well. But yeah, I think it really just depends on what it is, because it's some things that I'm like, well, yeah, I'll just get it on the sale. Some things I'm like, no, I gotta have it.
Yeah. I definitely think there's a mix, right? And I believe when you run a business yourself, you have to think of your consumer, but you also have to think your consumer is like you. Don't y'all also believe that?
No, my consumer is not like me.
Okay. Okay. I sometimes think, because of how I am and how I present myself, that those are the people I attract, right? Like we talk about all the time, create your avatar.
I think that your ideal audience can be like you if that's what you decide. Right?
Yes.
Like, this is the person that I am, not just the person I'm attracting naturally, but this is the person I talk to. This is the person that's going to resonate with me. And so your avatar might be like you, but that is not true for all business owners. Sometimes my ideal client is not like me. She not like how I am now. Maybe she's like I was, 5 years ago or 15 years ago.
That is the thing.
And so I got to kind of keep that in mind. Or maybe she's not like me 5 years ago. Maybe she is completely different from me, but she has some of the same desires. Because if she was like me 5 years ago, she wouldn't be able to afford me. And that is real, right?
Yeah.
That's probably not true. I was teaching, but in my mindset, I didn't have the right mindset. Yeah. It's probably not true. What I charge now, I could have afforded, but the mindset I had back then, I wouldn't have invested, right? So I wouldn't have been my ideal client even back then.
Got it.
Right. So I think it depends. Do you feel like you were successful? Like, Olivia, did you do a Black Friday sale?
I did not do a Black Friday sale, actually. I didn't start my sale into Small Business Saturday. It's when I actually launched my sale. It was like Saturday, Sunday, and then go today till midnight or whatever. And really it's because I just was like, I don't want to be on this hamster wheel of everybody selling something on Black Friday. I just feel like it was going to be an overload of people. So I was like, okay, I'm going to hit them on Saturday or whatever. I have a small business. It's like more of a handmade business. So I was like, it'll probably, hit better that day or whatever. I don't think it really made a difference, but yeah, that's what I decided to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
And
right,
then for our create content, we didn't even run a sale.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, what we have is already a really great price. So here it is, guys.
Get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that strategy. I love like that's what you did. Like you were like, nope, we're not doing it. I think sometimes we can feel like pressure to do it, like to do a thing or to like, oh, everybody else is doing it, so I have to do it. Meanwhile, I did a Black Friday sale and a weekend sale. I don't think I'm going to do anything today. I just don't have anything. I didn't get the things in place for what I thought about doing today. So I'm just gonna let that ride. But I did a sale for Thanksgiving and Friday, which was my Black Friday sale, and then that ended, and then I had a new thing for Saturday and Sunday, and I guess Monday today will be the last day I'll send that out. And I did all right. Like I did fine. I sold digital things, and I did some short one-on-one sessions that I sold, right, 20 minutes for $50, which I love because it's only 20 minutes. And it's also only $50. So I feel like, if you want a one-on-one, let's just hit like one thing. Let me just encourage you. Let me remind you of who you are, kind of thing, like a one-on-one motivational speech, so to speak. And I had a few people sign up for that. I feel like my weekend was a success. And let me think, 153. I made less than $500 from Thanksgiving Day till today. At the time of this recording, I made less than $500. I make $450. The reason I say it's a success is because it's $450 that I didn't have, right? And every dollar counts. 2, because it didn't take a lot for me to. These were courses I already had. I didn't create anything new. I did the content planning, which is great. I don't talk about it a lot, but I did the content planning. I put that out there. 2 people signed up for that, right? 50% off. And then these conversations, I haven't done one-on-ones in a really long time. And I used to charge $3.50 for an hour. So, a $50 session, even though it's only 20 minutes, it's like the people who are on that cusp can really get in and get their one problem fixed. They can get me one-on-one for 20 minutes as often as they can afford the $50. So maybe it's something they'll do once a month or whatever, like that's a thing. But that was also very easy to do because my calendar's already set up and it already created it. I already had all those things in place. And so for me, it was successful because I only sent a couple emails and did a couple posts. Like it wasn't that deep, and it's not taking a lot of my time. I do think for all of us though, like and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, what I don't hear any of us saying is that we prepped our people for these sales. Like we didn't talk about it before the weekend came. We didn't let them know like, hey, these things are going to be going on, or these are some things that you want to get. I don't think that we did that. Like, hey, we're going to have Black Friday sales. Did y'all do that? I know that I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot of, I talked about it very, very lightly, like, oh, it's coming, but did not really flesh out what it was going to be. Didn't send a lot of emails prior to it. So yeah, I think promotion, and it's like, I say this all the time or whatever. It's like when people, it's so aggravating to me because, I have to remember always and everything. It's like promote, shameless promoting or whatever. But it's not a natural instinct for me to like promote myself all the dang on time. So it's like a give and pull, right? It's like I saw this girl. What really resonated with me is this girl that I follow on Instagram. She sells like she's a photographer. She has like a lot of digital products on like content creation and posing and stuff like that because she's a photographer. And I literally see this girl on my timeline. It's not one time that I get on Instagram and I do not see her. And she said the other day that she was like, she's that serious about her business. So she is she's never gonna not let you see her. Like on the Instagram and whatever. She's doing stories, she has posts, all the things. And I'm like, that right there to me is insane. Not, the amount of work or whatever, just to be like that serious. And I'm like, if I was like, I need to take a page out of her book or whatever, because I feel like it's insane for one. But I'm like, I feel like those are the times whenever I do buy something or I'm influenced by something, it's because if it's something I really, really need, maybe that one time I'll see it or whatever, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, let me get it or whatever. But typically I've seen it a couple times before I purchase it or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I feel like we have to be better shameless promoters. Like, it's not natural to me, but I definitely want to get better at that, because I think that is the one thing that we got to remember. It is so many things out there on the internet, so many things people can see, and your stuff truly can just get lost in the sauce. And you might think, oh, I'm promoting enough, or I posted it one time or two times or three times, but really and truly you got to post it like 30 times, or 20 times for people to really see it and stick with it, and then know that they want to act on it and buy it and do the things. So I think that's one of the things that I definitely want to work on in 2023 is it's like, this is the thing, because we already create a ton of content, but I feel like just making even more content, but also like reuse it and repurpose it, because I think that's what I've been trying to do more, in the last couple of months, but that's something I did not do well in the past, like repurposing content that you've already made and not just using it one time, and just breaking it up into different things, short posts, long form videos. There's so many things you can do. And we talk about this all the time, but I think just personally that we have to do better jobs of it, because we might do it in one aspect and not the other.
I also want to say, I hear you saying all this, and I'm thinking as like her listener right now, thinking, wow, like they're not promoting enough. We are just being so honest right now. We are having this conversation as a regular woman like yourself, running a business, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
And these are thoughts that are constantly in our head. These are reminders that are in our head. These are places that we have to check ourselves and all that. This is where we get accountability from one another. If we don't say it out loud, then change doesn't happen, right? Because it's something that you don't work on. And so,
or you lie to yourself. I don't mean to cut you off, but you also lie to yourself. Like, we don't lie to ourselves, right? Like, we could totally have this, oh my gosh, how was your Black Friday weekend? Well, I didn't sell anything. Well, da-da-da-da. Okay, that's cool, but you feeling bad, but you didn't actually do all the things leading up to this. Like, you didn't prep for the success that you wanted to see. So you can't come to this. That's what is this. That is like true CEO squad type attitude. That's what this is. You're not about to come in here crying about not having success because okay, cool. But did you do that? Well, I didn't do that. Well, did you do that? No. Okay, well, it's not so much that the people don't want it. It's that you didn't do the things that needed to be done. And so that's why we're being honest, because we do want to increase our bottom line in 2023. I didn't want to cut you off, but I'm like, not just that we're being honest about it, but it's also to keep, and so that we can get better, but it's also so that we don't have this woe is me attitude, because that is something that I see a lot. Like, oh my gosh, it didn't work out. Nobody bought my thing. Nobody clicked my link. Nobody did. Okay, but you did your podcast and you went live. The podcast went live, but I ain't seen it. And this is for us too. I haven't seen it on your timeline.
I know. Yep.
So that's why you only got 5 downloads. Nobody even knows it exists for them to like or dislike it, right? So I just don't want us to be lying to ourselves. I know that we don't, but I just wanted them. I don't know if you remember where you were. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, well, I 100%. One of the things that I faulted at in the beginning was I thought YouTube was going to promote my content naturally. And I was like, duh, it's great content. Promote. Hello. I did it. Upload done. So that's a great reminder. It is, how are people going to know about it unless you promote it? And you have to go on a press tour. That is the best way I can describe it to anybody and to myself. Honestly, I say that for me and for us here, but It's a press tour. Before a movie releases, they go on a press tour. Before a book drops, they go on a press tour. Like, and then in the middle of the press tour, it drops, right? And then they're still on the tour. It doesn't stop, just because they are a well-known actor and a billboards in one big city doesn't mean everybody heard about it. I am always in awe and shock that you both will bring somebody up to me and name drop, and I've never heard of them, but they are so well known in this world that I'm like, I didn't even know about them. And it's not because I didn't seek it or I'm not on social media or I live under a rock. It's because I just didn't know about it. There's so much that social media gets really saturated with, but it's not saturated in a way if you're really like niched down and you are curating that audience, then it's not, right? Because people naturally organically share you. But I think I'm at fault. I know I have a lot of faults. I know people never think I like to admit that. AK, my husband, he thinks I think I'm perfect. So sometimes it is fine to think that you are perfect, but it's not, because that is also a bad fault. I also do a lot of things in business that is not always right. And I also think things that aren't always the right way to think things through. So that is why we have to have one another to actually keep moving forward the next day. It's wild, but it is, I'm not mad at myself over the weekend, to be honest. And I've told both of y'all, I'm like, whatever happens, happens. I know I didn't do all the things I should have been doing to prep it. I just wanted to give something to my people. Whomever saw it, saw it. If they didn't act, they didn't act. But I also didn't go on a press tour. But as of now, moving forward, I should always be on a press tour no matter what content drops. So that's the attitude. Yeah.
I'm glad that you said that. When I first started coaching, I was doing VIP days. I wasn't doing faith coaching. When I first started, I was doing VIP days for like content and things like that, content marketing. That was like my big thing. And I would work with the person for 8 hours. I need to have a VIP day with myself. I would work with the person for 8 hours, right? We'd stop for lunch and we would map out 90 days of content, 90 days, what they were going to put on social media every single day, what they were going to send an email every single week, what their content was going to be, their leading searchable content, right? Like that's kind of how I did it. I did it that way. And so whenever they had a program or something they were launching or wanting to push, I did exactly what you said. I had them show up every single day for 6 weeks before the thing went live. And so it was like, okay, in week 1, you're helping them to understand that they need this. In week 2, you're helping them do this. Week 3, it's not until week 3 that you even tell them that you got this thing coming out. And then for those 3 weeks, right? But the point is, it would be smack dab in the middle of that 12 week. I would never be like, oh, we'll launch it and then talk about it for 12 weeks or talk about it for 3 days or 7 days and then launch it. No, I would be like, lead them for 6 weeks. Let them know, hey, this is opened up. And then 6 weeks after it's open or available or whatever, you promote that thing even more, right? For the next 6 weeks, like, okay, let me do this still hard push. I know that the windows that we have are shorter, right? 7 days, 5 days, 4 days, which I'm definitely going back to a shorter window. But you could still let them know, hey, this program is going to be opening up on this date and remind them for 6 weeks instead of keeping the open date a secret. I feel like we sometimes keep the open date a secret, which at least I do, which I don't get because I know when the movie's coming out. I could search for a movie that's coming out 2023 and I will know what month and year or what weekend it's due to release. I'm looking at Netflix and they're telling me, oh, next season starts December 1st, December 23rd, it's going to be released. So why we're doing all this pushing and not telling them exactly when it's going to open up, I have no idea, but I'm with you. You've got to not just plan for it, but promote, you know?
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, honestly. And I think that you actually should have more VIP days. I think those that are listening are probably like, when can I get in on that? Okay. AKA myself? No, I'm just kidding. But that is really, really what it is. It's, It's the prep, right? Olivia
It's
and
the
I
prep, it's the
spoke.
promotion, it's the priming, it's the
Yeah, the
anticipation,
priming.
building the anticipation
Yep.
for that thing or whatever. It's a real thing. Like, so I feel like I'm so, that's the part that I'm really
I'm getting
torn
back
by.
to it. I'm
Huh?
getting back to it. I'm
I
getting
know.
back to it. I created 172 pieces of content, or this weekend.
Wow.
172 pieces of content I created this weekend.
Yeah, you
Some of
need
it's
to
repurposed.
follow Courage so y'all can get a VIP day. Open that back up. Okay, because these people are going to be knocking at your door.
So, like, I know you know, Olivia, but you got it. Because this is what we used to do. Girl, stop playing. Get back to it. What's your holdup?
I hate it.
Olivia did something so epic.
Wait,
It was
did you
probably
say
the
you hate it?
best.
I do.
Wait a second.
No,
She hates
I hate that people have to. I hate that. I don't. I know that we have to do it, whatever. But I hate that process of like we have to do it. Like I don't. I just.
I think I hate it when I have to do it and I haven't planned and prepped for it. Like I haven't thought out what I'm going to
No,
talk
I'm
about. That's
talking
going
about
to
the
lead.
psychological thing about it, right? Because we're doing it
Even
because
if it's not right now.
Not for me, not my psychological feelings about it. I'm thinking like because the art of like selling and being a business, you have to like what you're doing is psychologically preparing your customer for their thing, right? You have to get them primed up or whatever. I hate that part about it because I'm like, why can't they just buy it when I'm dropping? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, because sometimes they don't know what they need, right? It's not just like a
Exactly.
psychological thing. They like, I like to think of it, maybe this might help you. What I like to think of it as, like I'm educating them, right? Like they are trying to figure out what the problem is, but they don't know what the problem is. And y'all know that we've worked with enough clients and coached enough people to know that when they come to us and we do have a one-on-one, whether it's through discovery or whatever, they are telling us something and we're like, yeah, no, it don't work like that though. Like you can't, if you're trying to get over there, you can't start here. You've actually got to go back over there and start over there in order to get to where you are trying to go. But they don't even know it. They don't even know to ask for it. They don't even realize it. And so I think that content that you're creating, yes, it's psychologically preparing them. But as an educator, I think more like I am educating you. I am helping you to gain clarity about where you are, to become more self-aware. I'm helping you to get confident about deciding what you need and what you want to do so that by the time I drop, you are in the right space. You have the education, you know what you need, and you're ready to jump, as opposed to like,
I think that is great. I think that is great for the type of products that you sell, right? It is that's the difficult part for me or whatever when it comes to, and we talk about this in the community as creators, right? Because I create more products that are created by me, but for people and they wear them for, fashion, beauty, things like that right there. So for me, it's hard to get to a place where I know exactly the type. I have an idea, but just figuring out. I think I need more ways, more things.
You need to go through the content. I think that you need to do the content planning session. I know that you have it. Y'all know I got the DIY 52 weeks. I think you need to go through that as a maker because it works for makers. I think you need to go through it as a maker because there's something, you do have a message around why you do it. You have a message around why you love it. There's a message around why people purchase so much from you. And there's a lesson in what you sell. And I know it's like, oh my gosh, she's so whatever, but it is true, right? There is something that leads people to continue to invest. It makes them feel good. When they feel good, they look good. When they look good, they have more confidence. And then they're going out to do these things. It's a more polished look, even if you don't wear a lot of makeup. Like all of these reasons those are the reasons I wear the earrings for sure, because I have a very casual look. And it elevates my look as a professional when I have those earrings on. Somebody else who's fancier, like Amber, right? Like it is the finishing touch on her already super fancy look. So I think that there is content and there is a message.
No, I know it's content. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around it. That's what it is.
Go through the program. You're welcome. You have access to it. You're welcome. Be sure to tag me, shout me out on IG when you get your 52 weeks worth of content as a maker. Thank you for that plug.
I want to tell Olivia something again because I texted y'all that on Friday. Maybe it was Saturday morning or something. But Olivia sent the most epic email that we've ever had go out to our list in America. I have for months been like, we just need to have these simple emails. Like, I just want it short. I want it concise, like whatever. Like, we're just always having discussions about like how we communicate with our people. And it was the best email because I'm all about give somebody something, but snatch it right back. I love that attitude. I don't know why I'm so sassy, but it's just in my soul. And the email was I know, I literally don't know how this is just a part. Don't y'all ever wonder? You're like, it's just a part of that person. That's how they've always been always very sassy. But the email was so good. It was basically like, nope, we're not having a deal. This is a deal. Okay. And it gave them like, from this price to this price, this is all the things on our website. You can go and get them at any time. It is a deal. But heads up. So what you just said, Courage, we gave them a heads up and we're going to do that prior to opening up the cart for the mastermind. And it was like, but by the way, this is coming out. So go ahead and save your coins. Just be prepared. This is dropping. This is the amount. Boom. Here it comes again. And I was like, girl, that had me like if I was like, I need to go through their mastermind, which basically we have gone through it all because that's just what we do. It is this most epic thing. And it got me so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, well, what card am I going to charge whenever it does open up? Like, I already was so excited that it's coming. And that is how you have to communicate with your people. I also told Courage in the conversation, I struggle with a lot of things. And I don't like to admit all of my faults, but I struggle with communicating through email. I'm so much better through a video because I'm more expressive and I'm more passionate through my voice than I am like typing it out. I feel like through email, I have to be someone else. Like I have to say all the right words. My grammar is horrific. Also my spelling. And so I'm like, I'll go through things and I'm like, oh my gosh, well, let me read so-and-so's email before I send one. Let me make sure it's right. Let me make sure the girls approve. I'll like FaceTime them and say, hey, look at this before I send it. Like all this stuff, right? Which is good. I like that. But also I think it hinders me because I don't do it, you know? And Courage is like, talk like yourself. Every email I read from Courage, I'm like, it's so good. I can hear her in my head. I'm like, it's so good. That is so good. And that is how it leaves me. And if you are reading an email or watching a video or reading a post and you feel like you just had a moment with that person, that's how it should be, right? And the Black Friday emails that I have been receiving have given me this cringe feel that I just can't handle it. I'm like so over it. I scroll past it. I don't even open it. I can't open it. Let me just tell y'all that. I can't because I'm so tired of the 5 left. Oh, get it now. It's going away. I get it. I 100% get it. And I understand it will go away. But it's also on my nerves. Okay. Because I don't care if it's $5 today or $20 tomorrow. I'll get it tomorrow. Because right now you're really trying to sell me. I don't like being sold stuff. I like to be influenced. That's it. And I think that's where I struggle. So tell me for y'all's perspective, do you feel like, because now we influence, as 3 of us, we influence each other very, very well. Okay.
So much, it's not even funny. I was just talking to Amber.
You're welcome. I have great influence on you guys. You're welcome.
Huh?
She said she was great.
I'm a great influence on you guys.
I know, that's why you got me buying stuff, pumpkin chai lattes and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm in the store. I'm like, oh, Kurt said this is good. Let me get it. Like, it's just so funny how we influence. And then what was it? What else was I talking about? I can't remember something.
Well, I was saying something about sales or influence. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know that. But it was something else that we were talking about over the weekend that Courage influenced us to do. I'm not sure.
What did she? What else was it?
Or maybe somebody else influenced. I was just like, I can't get it. This is insane. But I am with you with influence over soul because I feel like when I'm I'm influenced a lot. And I know it. Like, I will see it and I will recognize it for what it is.
Yeah, you do.
I can spot an influence in a minute. Like, it's
and
so
you still buy it.
insane.
And you still
Yep.
swipe your card. And
Yeah.
it still goes in your cart. And you still like it. And you still are like, I know y'all just literally took mind control over me. Go ahead and let me get 5 of those. Like,
yep, that's how
I think that comes through when you speak, when like you have your own voice, right? I think that when it's authentic for you, for your people, instead of like trying to sound super nice or super sweet, because this is the thing, it's like we are kind people. I think Amber and I are kind. I think Olivia is nice and kind, right? So, but we're not nice though. I think that we're not that nice. We're kind to people. We're not bullies or anything like that, but we just don't, we are just way more sassier and spicy than that. That's just how we are. And so I don't have time to be trying to come up with all these nice words to talk to you about this program, especially if you're already in my audience. Girl, do you want to get to know the Lord or you don't? You want to know how to study this word or not? Okay, not cool. Keep struggling. That's your business. But for the rest of you, click here and let's get into
that
it.
That is actually how your emails are speaking. And I
know.
I feel like you're in front of my face. I'm like, huh.
Listen, if it's not like that, it's not if it's not like that, it's not going to get written. I'm not going to write it. I don't have whatever these other people have to sound a different way. I just don't have that. Second, if you sign in, sign up, join my community because I sound a certain way and then you come into the community, you're going to be shook.
You're going
to be shook.
Like,
if you get some dear sweet friend type email and that's the first experience you have in me and then you actually come into my community, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I had somebody just say the other day, oh, this is not the community for me. Okay, I wish you the best. Bye. Like, girl. And we still sleep. Like, that is just my personality. And that is also like my personality is, that's what my brand is. Like, I have an authentic brand. It is me. And I cannot write emails if they have to sound like somebody else. If the grammar, I say gotta, I say gonna. I do a lot of like, first of all, ... and ... like I do a lot of that in my emails because that is how it's so, you know what I'm saying? That is how I actually speak in real life. I can write the email faster. I'm super authentic and I'm connecting with the client that is really gonna vibe with me. Yeah. If my voice doesn't vibe with you, you're gonna be disappointed because I don't give refunds. So you're gonna give me your money, I'm gonna deposit it, and then you're gonna be like, she is not like how I thought. Nobody's saying I'm not like how they thought. I'm exactly what I was in that email you read.
And
that
they
Facebook
love that.
Live. And they love it because they're your people. And so they're our people. So our people are gonna be attracted to our voice. So I think you can write emails as the actual Amber Michelle Likens, sassy pants, sassafras, a little bit of bougie, a little bit of I don't care. I'm gonna buy it whether it's on sale or not on sale. That is gonna definitely. She told me that. She was like, I just want to write an email that says, I don't care if you get it or if you don't get it, but truth be told, if I want something, I get it whether it's on sale or not. Like she just wanted to do like an anti-Black Friday sales copy, and I'm like, do it. It's gonna turn a lot of people off. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, that's easy for you to say. You have many, right? But there are people who are going to be like, exactly. She right. I buy it when I want to buy it. Don't nobody care about no sit. Like somebody is going to be like, absolutely, you're absolutely right. You know, so I think you should be in your emails. You should be like you are on, you know, your social media and on your videos. Crazy. We never know what you're going to say. Our eyebrows are always like, eesh, what is she about to say? I think that you should carry that in your email, you know?
I love keeping y'all on your toes. I'm like, you know what? Let me tell them something. I did not tell y'all this ahead of time. And y'all are like, yikesies.
Exactly. We never know what's going to come out. So,
I was just watching a video the other day, and this girl was saying, oh, I'm going to be answering all your burning questions. I was like, oh,
gosh. Burning questions, yeah. We're just going to be real raw. I'm going to answer all of your burning questions in a very raw, real way. Those are her favorite words. Yeah.
I love that. Oh, I love that. Well, last week's podcast, I hope y'all loved it. Actually, we have not released
I don't even know
in
why
order.
you're talking about last week.
I don't, but
Yeah.
I want to bring it up because whatever podcast that was, they're not numbered either, I don't think, as they release, but there was a great podcast episode talking about getting prepped for the next year, going into is what I'm doing now in alignment with, right? So if you saw that title, that's the podcast I'm speaking on. That shook me so much that it had me really digging into what do I want to do next year? How do I want to show up next year? And we were talking about also, I don't know if it was last week or the prior, but shows we watch give all three of us a great deal of ideas and inspiration naturally, because that's just how our brain works. And I really am so excited. I don't know what podcast we're going to go in and sharing plans and how we did that, but I think that would be a really good conversation to have, because I have so many ideas for next year that I kind of want to start now, but I can't. Yeah, it'd be really cool to like share that also. And I don't remember what our call to action was for you guys, but really like come up with your plan and tag us, my CEO squad, and tell us that you came up with like your plan and all of that. Cause we talked about really, I think you said brain dumping courage was something you referenced to. Just go listen to that podcast and act on it, guys. It was so good. Because I think every conversation we have probably, we hope, inspires you in a way that allows you to show up better in business and for yourself. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. This was a really good conversation.
This was
probably my favorite conversation we've had.
Yeah, and you know why, guys? Because I didn't just let us start recording. I was like, where is this conversation going? I know it's just a conversation, but where are we actually going to end up? You're welcome. Podcast getting better with every episode.
I'm telling you what, keeping us on our toes. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we hope that y'all have had an amazing time listening to this. Make sure you give us a 5-star rating right now. Don't leave until you do that. But we also want to know, where are you listening to us from? So when you are listening to us, take a screenshot, tag us on social media using hashtag #MyCEOSquad. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can actually see what we look like as we're recording. So that's fun. So drop some comments and some love there, and make sure you do hit subscribe. We look forward to hanging out with you next week. Every Friday is a new upload.
All right. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.